everyone, welcome to our kitchen. Benvenuti nella nostra cucina. This is BACFAD. This is what it's called BACFAD Community Kitchen. What are we making tonight, Matteo?
We are making ravioli.
Ravioli, exactly. But then we're going to have a 5 minutes excursion on peanut butter because many of you have asked us to talk about it. It's a very popular class for BACFAD. So in between, we're going to talk more about peanut butter. So let's shout to a few people out there. Ray Kelly, CBP. We saw each other not long ago. Thank you for the wonderful Wonder Woman mask. I will keep it and use it. We got t-shirts finally with a new logo that Jay kindly designed for us. So ravioli, simple homemade pasta. How we make it? Extra virgin oil, eggs, 00 flour. This is Caputo flour.
And ricotta.
Ricotta. Oh, and we need a little bit of Parmigiano cheese that we're gonna add later. So, yeah, you can. So what we're going to do now is we're gonna weigh the flour first. Now I am Italian, so I'm not very good at cups measurement. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna give you the recipe in grams. And on the website, we can put the recipe with both. So, in pound and in ounces. So if you have a scale like the one that I have, you wanna stir it and put it on 0. Oops. This is 90 grams.
160.
We're going to do 300 grammi. 300 grams. Let's be as precise as we can. We're gonna keep it. So 300 grams. It takes quante uova, Matteo? How many eggs? 3, right. 1 egg, 100 grams of flour. So okay, so Matteo is going to teach you how to do it. What are we doing usually? If we are using the wooden board, obviously this will be upside down. So what we do, as we say to our kids, we're going to have our volcano, and we're going to do what, Matteo?
Put a hole in the middle so then we can put eggs.
Okay. Do it with your...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with the spoon, right? Ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Here.
1.
And... There's 2. Yeah, it was too little. Okay, so let's enlarge the volcano a little bit, okay? The crater of the volcano.
And if you harm the egg, it's okay. You're going to be throwing it anyway. And it is perfect, just like this. Then you want to mix it.
Yes, so start.
No, what?
No, not like this.
I can do it with a spoon.
Okay, you go get a fork if you want to.
Alright, fine.
Well, yes, you can use a fork if it's easier, but you can easily use a spoon. Okay, so Matteo got his fork. What are we putting inside? It's also
a pinch of
salt and 2 spoonful of extra virgin oil. Compayan. Compayan is one of the company that has been partnering with BACFAD effort since its inception in 2015, and Compayan deeply believes into healthy eating and fighting hunger. So I'm going to let Matteo do it right now.
Domani.
Not yet. Okay, so let's do it a little bit quicker, okay? So what happened this week in Baltimore in our program? We've done so many things. So you don't see the kids on Zoom this week because there is another activity that they have to do at the same time. So we're moving the cooking class at a later hour in the day. Matteo, can you give me some? Oh, I do have water over here. Oops. Boom. Okay. No. So now we soon are going to start using our hands. Remember, usually we try to use one hand only, so we keep the other one clean. You want to mix it in the bowl so you contain the flying of
Yeah.
how do you say that?
I was gonna say in the tornado.
Yeah, that too. That too. So many people are of the belief that pasta, homemade pasta, is difficult to make. Actually, as you can see, it's not difficult at all. You can really do it in minutes, and the results is actually quite good. So, what is the dish that we make in our kitchen this week that you like the most?
Ooh. I really like the sausage.
Yes.
Sausage is definitely my favorite.
Sausage is Wednesday. So, BACFAD Community Kitchen menu has sausage on Wednesday. Not every sausage though, because our sausage is made in a small shop in Baltimore in Bank Street, Mr. Ostrowski, and he makes the most phenomenal kielbasa sausage.
I like that.
And because he's a very generous person, he allows us to get a lot of sausage because we have more than 500 meals every day so we can buy it directly from him, and he's very generous. He gave us a good discount for the program, and we're very grateful. So if you're looking for sausage because he's helping us, you go buy sausage from Ostrowski on Bank Street, right? And you will not be disappointed at all.
Your stomach won't regret it.
Your stomach will not regret it. The good thing about being live is that we don't rehearse that before. So basically, what comes from Matteo's mouth is exactly what is crossing his mind, right, Marty?
Yep.
Yeah.
No editing.
No editing, right. Well, probably Vincenzo, that is on the other side of the camera and it's making all this possible, is going to edit some of this. So, do we want to say something to the family in Italy? For the people that are listening to us and they know us, we live in Baltimore. We are Italian, so we're not American. We live and work here, so our family is all in Italy. So does anybody that you want to?
Nonna.
Nonna.
Both of them. Nonno. Both of them. And my little cousins, Paolo, Alessandro, Giulia, and Mario.
We don't know if they're watching. Really, everyone. Uncles, aunts. We have a big, large family, right? Very big family. More than 30 people. So eventually we'll not be able to see them this summer, right, Matteo?
Sadly, we will not.
So why we will not be able to see them and why the Chef for Day is online. We have this, we talk about this a lot with our kids because they don't go to school, like most probably you are not going to school right now, whatever you are watching us from, and there is this virus. It's called COVID-19, and what it does, it keeps us home because we need to stay home to be safe. Most importantly, to keep others, the most vulnerable ones, safe. Exactly. You. So we want to stay home as much as we can. So not only we are, you're going to hear a lot, we are flattening the curve. Why? Because we are avoiding the spreading. So it's a little bit of sacrifice, right? But it's for a good cause.
If you stay in lockdown, if you keep doing all the health things like wear a mask and wear gloves and stay 6 feet, not only will the spread of this COVID-19 virus stop, but we can go back to our normal everyday lives sooner. And we all want that.
Yes. So why we are not keeping 6 feet?
We're not keeping 6 feet because we live with each other.
Exactly. We live together, and so
really I can have, every family has.
Exactly. Be a Chef for Day is what is called an essential program. We are open 6 days per week. We provide, yes, we provide meals on a daily basis. We cook every day, Monday to Friday, and we provide 500 and more meals to the family in need in Baltimore. We feel that a meal is a right. Everybody deserves a meal. Everyone. Everyone deserves a meal, a nutritious one, a cooked one. So we cook here. Gilda cooks here. Carolyn cooks here, like we cook at home for our family, because cooking is an act of love. And so that's why we are gonna keep doing this for a long, long time. So on the other side of the camera, that is Miss Lisa, that you cannot see because she is looking at our Facebook Live, making sure that we get the questions. Matteo, are we ready?
Not to make the only, but the dough is certainly ready.
The dough is certainly ready, yes. What are we doing? We are kneading the dough. This movement over here is called kneading. Impastare. We need a little bit of flour to keep our board, otherwise it's going to stick to the board. And what are we doing?
And when it gets too dry, you want to put a little bit of water to rehydrate.
Yeah, but not too much. Okay, so now I'm going to go, my hands are almost clean, but I'm going to go wash my hands and then I'm going to be back. So wait for me.
What you do after kneading the dough into a ball just like this, what you would want to do is we use a pasta machine which has a dial on the side from number 0 to 8. When it goes to number 1, these rollers become thinner and thinner. And then this flattens until it's see-through. Then we're going to be filling it with ricotta, and then we'll be boiling it, and hopefully you can replicate it just at home.
Here we are. So we have an extra bowl for our ricotta later. What we are also going to do is we are going to put this on the side over here. So that's what I'm doing. Why? So hair doesn't get to it. and it doesn't dry. What are we doing now, Matte?
We will be making the filling.
The filling. How we make the filling?
With ricotta.
Which ricotta are we using?
We're using ricotta di pecora.
Ricotta di pecora. Yes.
But you can use any ricotta.
Ricotta cheese. Which ricotta cheese are they using, Matteo?
Usually. Can use regular
ship milk ricotta. No?
Mi veniva in italiano.
Oh, you can say it in Italiano as well. So
we're opening our big tub of ricotta.
Yes.
We then want it to be smooth.
Here. Let's see if we can see it through, right? Now I want to show you. I want to show you something that is not very usual actually here in the U.S. The way this ricotta container is done has some small. Let's see if I can let you see it through.
It has a filter.
Yeah.
It has a filter where water pretty much dries out, so the ricotta is only ricotta and absolutely no water.
Can I get the plate? No. Wait. So here is the ricotta, and we're going to move it over here. Thank you, Matti. To do everything, not only ravioli, but to cook a wonderful dish, you need good quality ingredients. That's what we teach to our kids every day in school. Be a chef for a day teaches what? What are we cooking every day?
We want to cook for a family of 5, below $25.
For a budget under $25.
And we have not reached in the 20s yet.
Yeah.
We always keep it into the $15, $16 range.
Why? Because if you are careful about your budgeting, you can afford good quality meat if you like to, or good quality cheese if you like to, so you keep your body healthy. Question that we ask all of our children. If something doesn't look good and it's not good for you, will you eat it? And the answer is no. So when you go and do grocery shopping, please make sure that you buy the best you can. Maybe a little bit less, but a very good quality of. So Matti, let's try to. Here we have our wonderful. It's still in grams, remember, because that's what I'm using.
On Google, grams to ounces conversion. How many ounces are we going to use?
How many grams?
Grams, ounces.
We are going to use 300 grams of ricotta. This is sheep milk ricotta. You got some more forks for me, please? Okay. What are we going to put into the ricotta? We are going to put in this very non-fancy container because I forgot to prepare before. We have Parmigiano Reggiano cheese that we grate every day, so we have it ready. Obviously, at your house you don't have this container, but imagine we have a 500 guests every day, so our guest needs a lot of cheese. 3 teaspoons
and a half. Always that little extra for good luck.
Okay. Un po' di saffron, per favore.
Okay.
What else are we going to put in our ricotta? A little bit of parsley. This is the curly one. And
saffron.
Saffron, yes. Which type of saffron is this one? You can open it on the other side and keep it open over here. Spanish saffron. When your ricotta is a very tasty one, you actually don't really need much else. You just have enough to do a delicious meal. So I like parsley in my ricotta. You don't have to use it if you don't like it. That's good. So we are not going to, in this specific case, we are not going to add any salt because sheep milk ricotta is already salty and the Parmigiano cheese adds more saltiness. So what you want to do is, after the mixture is ready, after the filling is ready, you want to taste.
I volunteer.
Matteo is volunteering for us. Let's try with one egg first, and we see where we are. I'm using both the egg yolk and the white part. Egg whites and the yolk, and then you start mixing it. I think you will be able to see it clearly. There is one special ingredient that we're adding right now, and it's saffron. Matteo? Saffron?
Here we have some Spanish saffron.
We used it the other day to do the risotto, right? A few weeks ago.
Yep.
So you want to add a little bit of it, not too much. You don't want the filling too dry, but you don't want too much moisture in it, or it's going to just damage your pasta when it's ready. We have our pasta water boiling. Okay. The filling is ready. Maybe a little bit more salt. Not too much. So you have protein through the egg. You have a good fat protein through the cheese.
Also, it is safe to use a raw egg when making the filling because it will cook when the pasta boils.
Also, if you buy good pasteurized eggs or you buy eggs from a source that you trust, it's good too. Remember, it's almost the season that every farmer's market is going to open up. So you want to go and support your farmer's market if you want to. Support your farmers. So let's get ready to prepare our dough, Matteo. Ready?
Yep, I am ready.
One thing that you're going to notice if you use a bowl is that when you open it up, it has some moisture on it. So not much flour needed. If you feel that it's sticky, like this one is, you want to do just that and remove the excess of flour. Matteo, what is the dial now?
0.
Okay. Let's start. Go. You want, oops.
Even though it is dirty, it's very fun to make pasta.
Pasta is going to change the consistency as more as you pass it in. As long as you pass it through the dials, through the rolls. We do have a motor for this machine, but we like to use the crank it. Yeah, the hand crank. Also because otherwise why I have it. Right. Matteo does not complain if grandfather asks him to do this. Matteo only
Oh yeah, if Grandpa asks me to do it, I'm like, yeah, when do we start?
If Nonno asks, Matteo will do it right away. If Nonna asks on the other end, right?
Non Antonio.
Non Antonio is my dad. And Matteo loves to cook with him. Actually, my dad loves to cook and Matteo loves to eat. And Matteo loves to eat. Right, Matthew?
Yep. Also, both of my nonna love to make homemade pasta, and they're really good at it.
You know what Nonna's biggest favorite pasta to make is? Fusilli.
Oh yeah.
That in my dad's hometown are called farced. That is a very, we love consonants so much. We really love consonants. So there are many words in the Neapolitan dialect and in the Campanian dialects that have many consonants without many vowels. Right, Matteo?
Yep.
We're moving the dial up to 3 right now. Here we are. Something really weird happened right now.
It's a ghost.
So we are up to 6, right?
Yep.
No, actually, you can stop right now. Back to 1.
Two.
Up to 2.
3.
4. Now we have the induction cooktop very close to our machine. It's not a perfect, not a perfect thing to have the pasta together with a source of heating, but that's all right. Go up to 6. The rest is about the next one. Okay, so how we are going to do this. With a spoon, just get this part first. Based on what you're going to use to cut your ravioli, we are probably going to use this one actually. So you want to make sure that you have a and we are trying to give you a recipe and tools that you can replicate at home without anything fancy.
If you do not have these cookie cutters, you can also use a knife and a fork.
Yep. We're going to teach you how. So what you want to do is just do a little bit, yes, I will use a brush, but if you don't have a brush, your finger works fine. So put the pasta on the top possibly without making a mess.
And then after you're done always making pasta, there's always a sense of satisfaction because you did something so delicious.
Okay. So if we're using this one that has this rough, this is going also to seal our ravioli. So let's use this one that is little. Can you get a fork? Any fork so we can edges of them? Want to make sure to keep the air out. The air out. You don't want any bubble over here, see? So you want to squish it and push every air out of here. And practice makes perfect. And also remember, today in Baltimore it's a very hot day. Very, very hot. So the pasta result will be stickier. That's what happened when...
And we are next to boiling pot.
That doesn't help too. You want to make sure that before you are cooking the ravioli, they are sealed. So if you're not using this that also seal the ravioli, and you happen to have a day like today that it's very hot, what you want to do is, first of all,
Patch up the edges.
patch up. So you push the air as possibly out. Vero, Matteo?
See?
What I'm doing? Pushing what?
You're trying to push all the air bubbles out and keep the filling in the middle. So then with a fork we can go along and seal the edges. So while we are cooking, the filling will not come out.
One is not perfect at all. Right? Okay. Same thing over here. And then we're going to make another one with the bigger raviolo. Right, Matteo?
Nope.
Okay. Is the water boiling?
It is. Did we have salt?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
So to boil the pasta water, put coarse sea salt preferably, or if you don't have sea salt, regular coarse salt, right?
Yep.
And when it boils,
You can
in
put the
case of
pasta in.
ravioli, we're going to put a drop of extra virgin oil in it. And then what we're doing is we're plopping, just put it on the other side, I'm going to need the ravioli inside. And ravioli are ready when they arrive. Okay? So we're going to cook it.
And when you make homemade pasta, it takes less to boil.
It's less to cook, not
To cook.
Just to boil.
Yep, those are definitely looking good.
Yeah. How are they looking with them?
Almost ready.
Almost ready. Yeah, they are. We are going to. Can you get the other solution? The one in the spread? Sì, puliscilo però. No, no, no. Quello lì. No. Quella accanto. Sì. So we're going to put a drop of extra virgin oil in our ravioli. And we're preparing for the plate. You can have ravioli with olio e parmigiano, extra virgin olive oil, and parmigiano cheese on the top, and that's it. Or you can use burro batter instead. Or what else, Matteo?
With the ragu.
Yeah, a wonderful ragu.
With tomato sauce simply.
Or a simple tomato sauce. So let's have it over here. And I think we are almost ready. So Matteo, do we want to recap everything that we put into the ravioli?
Yes. We put 3 eggs. We put 300 grams of 00 flour. We put 300 grams of ricotta cheese. We put 3 teaspoons of parmigiano reggiano and
1 egg.
1 egg.
What else?
Some saffron and some parsley.
We mix it up, and that's for the filling, right?
Yes.
And for the pasta?
300 grams of 00 flour.
And
3 eggs.
3 eggs.
And a bit of water when necessary. And some salt.
Extra virgin olive oil.
And a pinch of salt.
We're almost ready over here. I keep making some more pasta so I can show you how to use the in schools, this activity is done as Matteo and I are doing it together.
Team building.
In school is done because this is considered teamwork. The entire program is considered teamwork because for a recipe to work, and our kids have only 1 hour to complete the recipe, they need to work together. So we commonly have kids that are working making the vegetables, kids that are working on
onions or
on the sauce and on the pasta, because everything needs to be completed in 1 hour. We want our kids to be self-sufficient, and make sure they know how to make the recipe by themselves with their parents, and we don't want to give to burden the parents with more things to do. So we want our kids to know how to learn how to do that. Okay, so what I did, I put some paper towel. What I will usually do at home, I will have a clean cloth so it doesn't stick to the bottom. How we can do it is over here.
It's going to be pretty fancy.
Fancy. It's hot. We don't write it up, right? We know it's hot.
Anything that comes out of a pan or an oven or from boiling is definitely hot.
Okay. So, what can we do to make our dish pretty? We said that there's parsley inside, right?
Yep.
So we want to make some parsley over here. And right. What else? We said that it's olio and parmigiano. We need to a little bit of snow over here, right? That's what we do.
Di nuovo.
Okay. Here we are. Ravioli, burro e parmigiano. So before I let you go, I want to get something from my pantry, because we need to talk about peanut butter before we go. And so what we're doing, I'm not going to show you any label. I'm going to show you this consistency. You see what happened on this peanut butter? You see this oil? The natural reaction, if you see this, is to say, oh, I don't want to buy it, right?
Yep.
What it is the natural fat that peanuts has. So when you buy your peanut butter, for your peanut butter sandwich, you want to make sure that you buy the best ingredients to put in your body. So your best option is a peanut butter that only has peanuts and sea salt. And usually the one that has only peanut butter and sea salt, do this. Can you see it in camera, Lisa? Okay. Okay. So there is this little liquid. What happened is that when you open the container, get a butter knife, mix it up, and the oil will be reabsorbed by the peanut butter. That's your best option. So if there is anything floating and the label says peanut butter and sea salt, or peanut butter and one other ingredient that you can name, you're good. If there is anything else, I am not saying it's not good. I'm saying you can choose better. Okay? I will see you next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. American Standard Time, or 8:30 p.m. in Italy. And if you want to support Be a Chef for a Day, you can visit www.BACFADbeat.org. So, what is our slogan? Do you remember? Feed hunger, cook with us. I'll see you next Saturday. Thank you all.